Good morning, students. Today we will study lesson number 2 from comprehension and composition. Yuan page number 8. Now, if we ask the questions, ourselves, who was Yuan? Who is he? Yuan was a Chinese pilgrim scholar and traveler who came to study at Nalanda University. He also studied Buddhism from the great teacher Ch.2 and also learned philosophy, logic, yoga and grammar. And we know, he wrote about every kingdom he visited, describing its size, the capital, types of soil, then products, climate, the inhabitants and their clothes, architecture, money, government, king, along with the concepts of Buddhism. So these many things he has done for us. Let us now see the book to find more about him. Please take your book, page number 8. Around 637 CE, after traveling around North India for a few years, Yuan arrived at Nalanda, a great world-renowned university with 10,000 students. Apart from imparting academic knowledge, Nalanda taught students how to use copper and other materials, how to sculpt bronze and stone statues, use weapons and understand elephants. Yuan was given the name of Mokshadeva at Nalanda. He studied Buddhism from the great teacher Ch.2 and also learned philosophy, logic, yoga and grammar. So from the first paragraph we come to know when he arrived. He arrived in India around 637 CE. And we see, he arrived at Nalanda, which was very well-known university with 10,000 students. And this Nalanda, this university, imparted academic knowledge. Along with that, we see, Nalanda taught students how to use copper and other materials, how to sculpt bronze, stone statues, use weapons and understand elephants. So these are the things, which were taught by Nalanda University. Yuan lived in India for over 10 years and he traveled all over the country. He wrote about every kingdom he visited, describing its size, capital, types of soil, products, climate, the inhabitants and their clothes, architecture, money, government, and kings, along with the concepts of Buddhism. Yuan works provide interesting snippets of information about life in ancient India. He talks of the different food habits of people in different parts of the country. He also reports that when a person fell ill in India, he immediately fasted for 7 days. Most people recovered during this fast, but if the illness continued, then they took medicine. Otherwise, they were only fasting. And they believed in fasting, that if they fast, they will be cured of their sickness. And if not, only then they took medicine. Yuan had some terrifying adventures during his travels in India. Once, he narrowly escaped becoming a human sacrifice. This happened when he and his party were captured by pirates on the river Ganga. After robbing the travelers, the thieves decided to sacrifice a human to their goddess and picked Huan as their victim. After they built an altar, they pushed Huan onto it and got ready to sacrifice him. However, the scholarly monk showed no signs of fear or anger, only a calm acceptance of the inevitable. Since you are making a sacrifice to your gods, he said to the pirates, be patient. Let me go to your gods in peace. He then sat in a meditative pose on the altar and began chanting the names of the Bodhisattvas without struggling. His desperate companions cried out in terror, but Huan ignored them. Then suddenly a fierce wind appeared and broke the trunk of a large tree on the riverbank. This was followed by a terrifying display of thunder and lightning that overturned the pirates' boats, plunging them into the river's icy water. One of the Huan companions shouted, the man you are planning to sacrifice is the great master Huan. Look how angry your own goddess is with you. The frightened pirates immediately prostrated themselves before Huan, but he was deep in meditation, his face calm and serene. So here we have already seen about Huan, actually who was Huan, and then we have already seen about Nalanda, okay, and after that we have also seen some details of Huan, and towards the end we see that he describes about a terrifying experience which he faced. Dear students, let us see all these points that I have written now for you. Let us have the revision of what I have read out now. Huan arrived at Nalanda around 637 CE, and then he was given the name of Mokshadeva. Okay. Third point is this, his teacher, who was his teacher? His teacher was Silabhadra. Next we see, okay, he lived in India for how many years? 10 years. And wrote about every kingdom he visited. Then we see, he provides us information about life in ancient India. So here we see the life of the people living. Then we see food habits of the people. Then the illness, okay, we talked about, as I've already told you, when the people, okay, fell ill, they used to fast. And if their illness was not recovered, if they were not recovered of their sickness, only then they took medicine. Then towards the end, we see, okay, he described, that means, okay, here the author has described a terrifying adventures of Huan. So these are the things, okay, which we need to see from the lesson. And for writing works, comprehension, question number A, you see, write whether the statements are true or false. Just you have to write that one, okay, whether that is true or false, just mention. And question number B, answer these questions. 5, okay, almost. 5 questions are there. I ask you to write the answers of all these questions on your own, and on the next day I'll be giving it to you all the questions, okay. First means A and B. I'll give you the answers, so please try to write the answers on your own, and once you've finished, on the next day I'll be discussing the question answers with you. Thank you so much.